Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Fun with Foreigns. We are here today talking about Bsv-Williams out of Germany. Now, BSV or Williams or Verlag, as they're called, has been through a lot of name changes, so there's a lot of different names they're called. You'll probably hear them called Verlags the most, although Williams is pretty common and BSVs as well. They actually started in 1956 as Classics Illustrated. Now, they went through a lot of name changes throughout the years, basically between 1966 and the mid 70s here. So I got a sheet I'm going to put up here. So here you go. I got this straight from comics.org. Rather than butcher all these names, you'll see how their name changes took effect here. BSV is going to be short for this name right here. So as you see the B, S, and the V in there, you also see why they're called Verlags there. So they produced a lot of Golden Illustrated and things like that until 1966 when they hit with their first Marvel content, no pun intended, and it was called Hit Comics, was the series here. And Hit didn't focus on just one Marvel series. They started, the first 19 issues alternated between Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. And then on issue 20, they started adding in Avengers, X-Men, Hulk, and Daredevil. So they're all Hit numbering, but they have all those different titles. And then as well, again, later on, they came out with just a few series like this. This is the second run, Hit Thor. It's numbered 206, but there's only 5 issues in this run. They started at 204. Now, in general, they didn't use a lot of great covers in the Hit series. This is one of the exceptions, and there's a few more I'll put on the screen here, like the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, the Galactus, the Black Panther, and the ASM 50. Those are some of the more sought after key covers from the first Hit series. Now, 1974 is where we really saw a shift from Williams Verlag or BSV-Williams, and they relaunched all kinds of individual titles, including the Doctor Strange here. They did Hulk, Spider-Man, Avengers, Fantastic Four. You know, they really went after it, and they used the key covers. So that was a big difference. Another key difference, all the Hit series was black and white, and they started using color in these, so that was nice as well. Now, these 1974 releases started using their equivalent of the Marvel value stamps. And they used several throughout. I found numbering up to 18. There might even be more. But you had to cut 7 of them out and send them in for this awesome Captain Marvel poster. So most of them, as you see on the screen, most of them have the stamps cut out. On top of that, they also had activity pages. The most famous one is probably the Fantastic Four #1 cover, because right on the back cover is a Connect the Dots activity page, and 9 times out of 10, those are always filled in. So when you're looking at these, getting one that has both the stamp and activity pages not filled out is really a premium. And like I said, there's several that have stamps in them. I'm going to put on the screen here a site you can check out, and they're going to show you actually pages from all the different ones and each issue, so you can see which ones have the stamps. And then here is a stamp from a Hulk issue, just to show you here. They numbered up to 16, give you an idea what they look like there. Now, when they launched all their individual lines in 74, they also did one issue of Shazam. I'm going to show you on the screen here. And this was not released. It's not fully known why. Some suspect maybe because of the DC lawsuit around the cover and everything. But either way, finding a copy of this is very rare. In 1978, they released what would be their last Marvel series for several years. And it was all Star Wars themed. They did 4 different Star Wars themed series. This is the first one. And it contains issue 1, 2, and 3. So you got some major first appearances in there. But then after that, they really didn't do much at all. In between 1983 and 1994, they only did 7 different titles. So 78 was kind of their swan song on Marvel titles, but they did it good. They did it with Star Wars. You do still see some unique cover variations as well, like this X-Men 4, where they give you the orange background on there. This has been one of the more popular X-Men 4 foreign variants there are. And for a while, about 3-4 months in 2022, you couldn't even find these online. So that's a brief overview of Bsv-Williams as it's listed on comics.org, or Williams Verlag as some call it, or just Williams, or just Verlags too, you'll hear. Although that can be a little more broad term in dealing with foreign editions. The Hit Comics series that they started in '66 is really hard to find keys in good condition of them. If you see one, really don't hesitate on it, especially like the FF keys, the 52, the 48 and 50. Those are all just going to keep going up in my opinion and are solid investments. Now for covers, everyone's gravitating more towards the 70s, the 74 and 75 runs, where you have your Fantastic Four #1 covers, your Avengers 1 cover, your Spidey 1 cover, as you're going to see on the screen here. I'll put some of them up. And those are really becoming more and more desirable as more people find out about them. Being in the 70s, they're a little more produced, so they're somewhat available. But I tell you, with those activity pages and stamps, getting one complete and without any ink or writing on it is tough. And if you find one, you're probably going to regret it if you don't get it. For me personally, the 70s Williams, the 74 and 75 relaunches are some of my favorites, and some of the first big covers that I chased, for like ASM 1 and FF 1, things like that. So they're still attainable. You can still get them out there for the 3 figures, but I don't think that's going to hold true for too much longer as more and more people find out about them. There's something about the German covers, and it's all newsprint covers for the most part. These are actual comic covers, the hits. But once you get into the 70s, that's just newsprint covers. So, they're not in as good a condition. They take damage quicker and show wear more. I'd like to thank Bsv-Williams. If I said that wrong, sorry. Put his handle up here at Instagram. A great source of knowledge on just foreign comics in general, but very specifically with German foreign editions, just knows a ton about them and was very happy to answer questions for me, and was a source of a lot of this great info and pictures, like the Captain Marvel poster, that's from him. All the info on the stamps, that came from him as well. So make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. Also, this site, in addition to comics.org, also I got that from Bsv-Williams, so appreciate that. It is a great database on some German comics with giving you the covers and things like that. So that's going to about do it here for episode 2, maybe a little shorter than the last one, but condensed the info in a little better. All about German Williams Verlags in here, or Bsv-Williams, or other names as they're known, and hopefully you know a little bit more about them now. You can go out and find some, get you some new keys to hunt, and if nothing else, maybe had a little fun with us here. So thanks for joining in for episode 2 of Fun with Foreigns, and we will see you for episode 3 here shortly in the future. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a good one.